D23. So for those of you guys that are like, fans of GT and watching and are like, D what? D23 is a couple of things. It's like a fan community around Disney stuff. So like you can get benefits on all the crazy like Disney travel, like all the theme parks and merchandise and all sorts of stuff. I'm actually not a member. I've never really signed up for D23, even though because I'm good. I don't need more Disney in my life. I'm like,
whoa,
you know what I mean? Like,
hold
I don't
up.
need.
You just told me you're good on Disney.
Because I get so much of it. I'm so exposed to all things Disney that
Wow. Kyle Boss spent 10 months in a row sub-hype.
Yeah, they actually periscoped a lot of the stuff they showed today, which was really interesting. I was thinking about bringing up a video, but we have so much to talk about. I don't want to focus on stopping the conversation to bring up actual clips. They have yet to put up the official video. But D23 is also the convention that Disney does, and what's interesting is it's every 2 years. It's not every year.
Yeah.
So people are just primed for this.
Yeah, right.
Especially following Comic-Con, people wanted a lot more Marvel news, a lot more Star Wars news. We can kind of get into the Star Wars stuff that they talked about later on. But there's 3 big video games that we need to talk about.
Sure, absolutely.
That had announcements of varying excitement. Kicking off with Kingdom Hearts. I mean, what did you think of what you saw of Kingdom Hearts?
Kingdom Hearts. So Big Hero 6. I'm kind of down with that world.
Sure.
I feel like with Kingdom Hearts 3, they're starting to lean towards the newer animated movies, probably because the art style fits it so much better. Like, they look like CG movies almost now.
And it's relevant. It's like Pirates. It's just
it's super relevant.
It's as popular and as relevant at the time.
So what was interesting to me is it seems to be taking place after the movie.
Which I wanted to bring up with you, actually. So you play... So not to, spoil Big Hero 6. I mean, they kind of spoiled it, basically, the presentation. But, the one thing I will say about that movie is through, circumstances, there end up being 2 different Baymaxes. And so this is this second Baymax. It's kind of like Data from Star Trek's clone lore. It's just evil, But it seems like a classic Nomura thing because he did those figures at Comic-Con. He's done Catwoman and Batman and Square, they... I don't know, they definitely give the Nomura touch to a lot of different things, and it's fun to see that style. So it's cool to see them kind of get a hold of that character and do something that seems I would assume we're getting a Big Hero 6 sequel. It would the movie did really well. It would seem logical for them to do, and I wonder if this is just actually going to pick up the story or if it's just some crazy thing that they
I don't know. But I'm really excited about with Kingdom Hearts 3 is Disney seems to be a lot more involved and hands-on with the games than they have been in the past. Having the creator be a part of, now it's Tangled and Big Hero 6.
Right.
So I think they'll get all the Disney aspects right. And just having that Disney blessing is a good thing for me.
I think one of the things that excited me, even me, about Kingdom Hearts 3 was the size of that world, the epic shot where he does a flip off of the edge.
The verticality of it and everything.
Oh, that zone is so big. And it's not I'm restricted, but it feels like I'm on a ride because it's just so, little corridors and stuff. I can imagine what they're gonna do with San Francisco with just that big environment. And I think they very intentionally showed a clip that was super high up in the sky just to tease you'll be able to fly around on top of Baymax.
Super excited about it.
What do you think about just showing a screenshot? I mean, was that a bit of a letdown?
Yes, of course it's a letdown. But no matter how excited I get about anything Square Enix, we all know we've all been disappointed.
Well, here's the thing. So I was thinking about this on the drive over of how to mitigate that.
Sure.
Because if you're Square and it's a huge Disney event and these other properties are going to be in the game and you want to make an announcement, I don't want to stop them from making an announcement. This could be okay. This is worth getting excited about. But Star Wars ahead of time, I don't know if they were really pressed by some outlet or if they just made this announcement, but they basically let the cat out of the bag before D23 that there wasn't going to be a new Star Wars trailer. They're don't expect that. It's not going to happen. And so I think that does a really good job of kind of not lowering expectations, but just managing them. So everyone's okay. If Square had come out and we're tune into the stream, you're going to get to see new art from the game, and we're going to announce a new world. And then cool.
That's a good point.
People go and that's exactly what I'm expecting. And so when it happens, oh yeah, I was there in that moment. Not are we getting gameplay? Are we getting gameplay? Are we getting gameplay?
It was just such a tease showing that concept art. I'm just show me any in-game thing, please.
And they showed so much old gameplay. They took so long to get to the announcement. It was so cheery and but we did get something new. We do know, it's those 2 worlds.
Confirmed, so far. I think there's only a couple things we know.
They also showed the Keyblades that, we saw that transformation from the gameplay before, and they mentioned that.
They all transformed.
Any
Keyblade has a different function, which is really cool. Reminds me of Bloodborne.
But that's something you think will that's not just like a gimmick, like that'll actually,
I think it'll be like,
increase
who knows?
longevity. Because are there Keyblades in when you play through Kingdom Hearts? Are there Keyblades you just skip, or are you like a completionist? Or
Yeah. I mean, I'll get them all, but I won't use some of them.
Right.
Like
so,
if there's like bonus magic ones, I'm like, I don't need that.
But it's a good example of like, oh yeah, I at least want to try it out. Hey everybody, thanks for joining in. We've just been like spouting stuff off because I wanted to get the Kingdom Hearts first, but definitely let us know any specific questions. Of course, you guys are welcome to talk about yourselves. If Kingdom Hearts 3 does well for Disney as well as Square, do you see them doing more toy box stuff and figures for Infinity? Yeah, I mean, I think
4.0.
I think Infinity seems to be on this ride of just like whatever you guys want, man. Like within the bounds of like what we can do as far as like our vision for the growth of this game. But it's like you see that in the vote, you see that in the popularity of like a Gravity Falls or a Darkwing figure. Like it was so neck and neck between Darkwing and I keep forgetting her name, the lead on Gravity Falls. But like I could see them just being like, we'll call it a tie, we'll do both. Like they just seem, I don't know, they seem to want to make people happy, which is interesting because everybody's really pissed at them right now. But we'll get to that in a second.
We should save all that stuff for last.
Battlefront. So Battlefront was interesting, you guys. So I think like I didn't have to like sign anything to get this information. So like I feel free to tell you this. I think it's really interesting. I was supposed to go play a D23. They were supposed to have the Fighter Squadron mode from
like the trailers we've all seen,
and from Gamescom. They showed off at Gamescom, and we didn't attend Gamescom this year, even though we streamed. And so I was like, oh sweet, I'll finally get to play that. You know, like when we sit down in here, I'll actually give impressions. And like 4 hours after sending that email, they immediately were like, no, sorry, it's gonna be the survival mode.
Wow.
And that was kind of cool actually because it was just right there. It wasn't behind closed doors. Like people could just walk up and play it.
It was
so
there
like
for everybody.
for people just that were general Disney fans that were there, it was cool to check it out. But I thought that was weird. And then they showed the old gameplay at the event, and I thought that was weird.
We didn't
and
see
like
anything new.
some of the people that were there at D23 were speculating that actually like the general like hype for Battlefront increased from Gamescom, but like that specific mode apparently people were very critical of. Like a lot of people
really
not critical in that like, oh, this game's gonna be terrible, but like just had concerns. And like the rumor is that like EA didn't like the reaction that they got from Gamescom.
Oh,
so they were like,
really?
Okay, we don't want to like have hardcore Disney fans get their hands on it and not like it. Let's tweak it and
that makes sense.
And make changes. But again, I have no idea why they canceled it. I just thought that was interesting, especially given what Battlefront showed at the convention, which I'm actually trying to parse out like what we didn't know. So they talked about Battle of Jakku, which is the desert map. I think we see in a lot of the
episode 7.
That's from episode 7. Yeah. Jakku's the desert planet that we see, which will be free. And if you pre-order the game, you get it a week early.
Yeah.
But even if you don't pre-order the game, I think you will play that before episode 7 comes out. So I think that's smart because I think that's like the beginning of December. So I think that's smart to get the hype train rolling and get everybody excited about that. I don't like the space combat is separate from ground combat at all. Yeah, I think specifically for Battlefront, I think that's just later on down the road. I think it's kind of like Jakku. They're just we know we want to do an episode 7 thing, but we don't want that.
They got the whole Battlefield premium thing lined up with that series too. So just wait for it.
Exclusive PS4 with Vader on it. And a crazy like Vader his like belt controller thing.
Dude, that was so cool.
With his Vader buttons.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Dude, I really wanted that.
That's pretty sweet. And it actually, for those of you guys who didn't see it, had a really awesome unveiling video that was like his like chamber, from Empire Strikes Back, like opening up, and then like, voiceover from the Emperor. Huge PlayStation play this weekend. I went to the Toy Box Summit also. I can talk about the Toy Box Summit really briefly, but went to the Toy Box Summit and then went to D23 and heard the word PlayStation like 800 times. Like,
really? Yeah, whoa.
They're really making an investment.
Wow.
In a lot of Disney stuff because I didn't see. I mean, Xbox certainly was not there, and not a lot of like press outlets were there. So it was actually interesting, like meeting those journalists. And I'm like, oh, you're a Disney freak. Okay, cool. Just like you, Brad. You're a Disney freak. And thank you everybody for watching, so we can be Disney freaks together. Force Unleashed playset. This is incredible news to me. Yeah, they announced there's gonna. Oh, Force Unleashed playset. That'd be great. They announced before. Yeah, so getting into Infinity. Was there anything else? There's gonna be a Disneyland mobile app that's like a city building sim.
That Disney game, that park game, looks so cool.
That's a low blow. I mean, even if it's the dumbest thing ever, and like has like tons of microtransactions.
I want you guys to know when they started showing this, Brandon was sitting next to me, freaking out, going, "No, I'm gonna lose so much time."
Yeah. So yeah, you just build a park, and it looks like you unlock the different characters,
and the villains are there and everything like that. Yeah. Dude, that looks so cool.
So I don't know when that'll be. Hopefully, it'll be free. We'll see. Yeah, again, mobile. Like I was not. Yeah, when the mobile guy came out, I'm like, oh god. And they actually were really smart because they kind of like bunched all of their mobile stuff together.
Yeah, thank
you think
God.
about the EA and the Sims, like it's a whole huge presentation. Where I think Disney realized they're like, nope, let's get to the good stuff. Like out of everybody that's here, you guys aren't all mobile crazy. So
could we talk about that play? What was that play move thing?
Yeah, Playmation.
Playmation, that was it.
So there's that, yeah, and I actually finally like grabbed the lady who was demoing it. And I'm like, what the hell is this? Can you just explain? Like, I don't need to play it, but I just need that like No Man's Sky. Like I just need that last chapter, just that last little bit of information. So Playmation sounds totally stupid and super awesome at the same time. Like you don't need a TV for it. It is literally like they had these in the 90s. Like it's literally just like a laser tag game where you have a device that either moves or is stationary. You have to target it and shoot it, and like they change scenarios based on voiceover, like and sound effects.
Yeah.
That is it. Like that's all it is. So you think about that, it's just like, oh, it's just glorified laser tag. But I think the thing that's really cool is like you level up. There's a free app that you can get that actually like tracks your progress. And more than anything, like Jarvis talks to you the whole time. So just having like one of those things that makes sound effects and Jarvis talks to me and like actually has like a story progression. Alone, that would be cool.
Yeah.
Like as a kid, I'd
That'd be a really
run around
cool
the
thing as a
backyard
kid.
talking to Jarvis all day and just shooting.
I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of sitting there during and just going, it
they
was
didn't-
super long.
Because they didn't sell it well. They showed a video of a bunch of kids playing with it, having like a great time.
I was still confused what it was.
But
for a
they
little
did.
bit.
It's tough. Well, again, like No Man's Sky. It's a
Yeah.
tough. It's a tough thing to
Yeah.
like sell unless you actually like spend a lot of time and sit somebody down. But it's a kind of thing where like I'm not excited about it at all. I'm not gonna buy it. I'm not gonna play it. I don't need to demo it. But if I was 10, I would be
sweet.
all
Yeah, that would be sweet.
over that thing.
The whole gloves?
Because they showed kids just like diving over the couch and,
those
and
kids are having
shooting
a
and like
blast.
trying to hit the little target thing. Did you guys pick up the Mickey Mouse disc? I'm so jealous. Okay, yeah. So
We will save all that for the end.
what else? I mean, that was. I'm trying to think of anything else.
Disney
Related. Battle Pod, but you know you can buy Battle Pods now, which is the new arcade game.
Must be nice. They were
Yeah,
talking
for,
about
like,
like
thousands and
selling
thousands
it
and
to your
thousands of
house.
dollars.
But they had two versions: the Rebel one and the Vader one. The Vader one was.
And yeah, and
Sweet.
they put a plaque on it that has your name on it.
Yeah.
It's like
I
wow,
wanna know how much
you
that
gotta
cost.
be really you gotta be Cliff Bleszinski. to
Yeah,
just
I was
jump on
hoping they
that.
would say
like,
how
you
much
gotta
it
be
costs.
Notch, to actually Notch is getting a Battle Pod. Oh boy,
But it was really sweet.
But it was cool. I mean, it went a little long. I think it was like 50 minutes longer than they said it was going to be.
Yeah.
But I thought they did a good job of kind of hustling through things. I thought there was nothing really like embarrassing. Baymax showed up. That was fun.
Yeah,
like,
there
the
was
big
no
Baymax
like
appeared.
cheesy bits really, which I was really happy about.
They actually brought the battle pod out. Like
That was cool.
rolled out
That
on
was cool that
stage.
they did bring it up. Yeah, I like
and they
that.
had people talking about it. So yeah, D23 was pretty cool. So yeah, give me the disc. Well, you can give me Han too. I got
Who
Han.
do you
yeah.
want? What do you want?
I want that disc, baby.
All right, guys.
So yeah,
this is it.
So we need to talk about this. So everybody when they left actually grabbed Mickey too. I mean, I had.
I'll get mine.
Or you can show yours. Yeah. So I got Han finally. First of all, we just got to talk about Han. I finally got Han. I got Chewie. I had Chewie since Comic-Con, but finally got Han. So
Yeah.
Han's chilling on my desk. And then they passed this out to everybody. So that is a. Mickey Mouse already $200 on eBay. Yeah.
Whoa.
Actually, I think that sale, those sales went up before D23.
Oh my
Like people basically were just like, I know I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna get the thing. I don't need it. I'm just a reseller. It's starting at $200, and they just like put it up ahead of time, having no
Jeez.
idea what it was gonna be. And then just live on his phone or her phone, like from the show, just changed the title and was like,
Hold on, I gotta open mine up.
Kingdom Hearts King Mickey D23 Expo
Oh my
exclusive
gosh.
costume power disc. So for those of you guys who don't know about this,
Hold it close so they can see the disc.
I got the guy. Yeah, I got my hairstyle rocking finally at Disney Infinity. Although I got a little more gray than Han has. So for those of you guys who don't know, what this does is it puts a costume on Mickey that makes him look like King Mickey from Kingdom Hearts, and so you put this on the base, you put Mickey on top of it, it'll change. Doesn't add anything to the gameplay. It's purely cosmetic, and they also announced that the grand unlock prize of
Look this back.
the grand unlock prize of Infinity 3.0. In 1.0, it was a green lightsaber. In 2.0, Brandon's holding money in his hand. Yeah, $200, bro.
Yeah,
Do
$200.
not pass go. Do not collect
$200 down the
$200.
drain. Just open that up. Look at that. Sweet Mickey.
In 1.0, the grand unlock, meaning if you had all of the figures in 1.0, you would unlock the green lightsaber. In 2.0, it was Luke's land speeder, which were both kind of hinting at 3.0 being Star Wars. In this one, it's a Keyblade. And they showed a little bit of gameplay, but it looks just like a melee weapon. I don't think it had any like special properties.
They were
or anything.
shooting magic out of it, like they do in the game.
Okay, so yeah, it basically looks like a melee weapon with
some magic,
with some
with
effects tied
like
to
Sora
it.
does like ice and fires.
But of course, if you get all the figures and you have this disc,
then you get
Mickey in his King Mickey outfit with the Keyblade running around.
Mm-hmm.
So technically, you get a Kingdom Hearts character finally in Disney Infinity 3.0.
4.0. I'm calling it.
Must
be nice. The
nice.
Most must be nice item of all time. Look at this.
So we need to talk about this. So, con exclusives are nothing new, man. This happens at Comic-Con like crazy. And like one of the big things that I learned about Comic-Con when I first went a couple years ago is that like that preview night is everything because you just run in.
Yeah,
I did it for Damiani this year. I got on the two carbuncles, blue and yellow carbuncle. I mean that was just must be nice across the board.
Nice.
So I mean this happens and like it sucks. Like we can sit on that one side to say that like this blow, like they're gone. I even think there was a danger of people in the building not getting them. So like if you were in the front row, because I think they said like, oh, we only made 5,000 of these, and like there were more than 5,000.
Yeah, there's more than 5,000 people in there.
So like I don't know if everybody got. I'm kind of scared to go online to check and like read comments on like Disney Infinity forums and stuff. So this blows. I mean, this sucks. That like nobody's gonna get this. Like you got to fork over tons of cash.
That sucks.
Guys, honestly, I walked out. I was like, God, it'd be such a nice thing, if I like gave it away as like a thing on Toybox Tuesday. And I'm like, I can't. It's like I can't because I just can't. I mean, it's and dude, I mean me, I don't care. Like
you don't even care.
Like I played Kingdom Hearts 2, but like I'm not like attached to this character. Like I don't necessarily actually understand the lore of Mickey's involvement, although I read all the scripts like over and over and over again. So this sucks. It sucks for a lot of people.
Yeah, I'm really bummed out for fans out there.
At the same time, just to say, maybe you can stay on that side of the argument. We can have a debate about this.
I'm in the middle. At
the same time, what do you do? Like, how do you treat your fans that are there? Like, how do you treat people that that actually show up and actually commit to going to these things? I mean, you think about the Toy Box community board to bring up the summit a little bit, which was 3 days leading up to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday before D23, which is Friday, Saturday, and today. D23 is still going on. If you're in Anaheim, head on over. It might be sold out. But so these Toy Box guys got to another announcement that they made was Peter Pan is coming to 4.0.
Yes!
And they got to make that call, these 20 people that won this thing. So you think about like the guys at 1.0 at the 2.0 summit, like they're not on this advisory board. Those guys got screwed.
Yeah.
And so like you can't do something to I was gonna say congratulate, but like to benefit, to thank your audience without screwing people over. Like the card backs that you get at BlizzCon. Like when I played Warcraft, there were like mounts and like other stuff. And I've never been to BlizzCon. I missed out on all that stuff. And I actually was really pissed about the mounts because I really wanted to get that like 100 mount achievement so I could get the
I have the Murloc suit from it.
Right?
Yeah,
awesome. I think I wasn't like one of the first BlizzCons. So you have the little Murloc with the flag
suit.
Following around. So I think it's just I think it's a necessity. I think it's something that you have to do. I don't think there's anything wrong with it, especially considering being at this event and seeing these creators and YouTube channel runners that are just so infatuated with Infinity and are like really involved with the community. It's cool. It's just a really, really positive vibe. So it's like I don't know. It's like you want to generate that happiness and those and those good feelings at the actual show, at the cost of potentially pissing off everybody
Yeah, I mean,
else.
I get it. I get why they do it.
Right.
Makes
I mean,
sense.
there's Boba Fett too.
Sense.
Boba Fett's exclusive to a new console. Like you gotta buy.
He's coming out later, though. They said. But what they should do with the disc is have it come out. I don't even care how long it takes later, just so people can get it.
Right.
Like if it came out a year later.
And
whatever.
It's important to know that when the lightsaber was exclusive to as the unlock in 1.0 and 2.0 was just in the game. And I think they're going to do that with 3.0.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did.
So I think the land speeder's just, I mean, obviously it's one of the, it's a Star Wars game. So like it's one of the objects you can just bring it out. And so in 4.0, the Keyblade will be in it, which again, it's like, what are they saying? It's like
Sora.
guys from Square Enix.
They had a big they
came out on stage and
seemed to be greasing
made a
palms
big
with each
thing.
other.
When they announced the Kingdom Hearts thing, like he came out with the Keyblade. I can't. What's the guy's name? I can't remember off the top of my head.
I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. He's just please be excited to me forever.
Right. Which is a terrible way to label somebody. So we were. What you mean about Boba Fett? There's a exclusive Boba Fett. I think it's the PS4 version.
Yes.
Has a
dude. He looks so cool.
Has a some kind of like bundle that you have to buy, and that's the only way to get Boba Fett for a while until like 2016, I think. which they've done before. They did with Mickey, you know, before, like when Sorcerer Mickey came out, like that was an extended thing. They did that with Hulk with PlayStation 4 last year, like that was an exclusive thing. So again, it's like treating people that pre-order, treating people that make the investment to actually go out to California and go to D23.
Well, I want to talk about real quick. They talked about the classic Star Wars games coming out on PS4. You know?
Oh yeah.
So there's like Bounty Hunter.
Jedi Starfighter. Super Star Wars.
Yes,
and
they said with trophies.
With trophies.
I am so into
Super
Star Wars.
And another one. I can't remember. Bounty Hunter's pretty cool too. Bounty Hunter's not a bad game.
I never played it. I don't want to. I have a vendetta against Jango Fett and Boba Fett.
Whoa.
Because they turned them into dumb clones. And
I'll
never forgive them.
The gameplay's pretty interesting. It's the environments are cool, and it's kind of like Prey 2. It's like the game we never got in Prey 2, where you're just running through the city. And,
I just hate what they did to Boba Fett. They killed him.
Well, again, it's they're killing him now. Yeah. Tall Guy says Peter Pan confirmed for 4.0. And before we actually jump into chat, because I'm curious what you guys think, and we'll wrap things up. 3 new figures, all of whom I was like, okay, I have no idea who that is.
Let's show the figures that you have.
Oh, yeah, so I got some new figures. But these guys, I mean, these weren't a new announced or anything, but I got...
I don't think people have their hands on the
I got Han.
Yeah, hold these.
And I got Fear. Whoop, from Inside Out. Go. So I got Fear. It looks pretty cool. I love this just thing in the back. Like, I bet they were just like, this is going to break off. So some kid's going to chew on that. Got Olaf.
Oh yeah, they talked about the figures.
My favorite feature with Olaf, I don't know if you can see his footprints in the back. So it's like he's actually walking.
They talked about the Star Wars figures with the lightsabers that are gonna light up now.
That's right. They're gonna release a totally different set of Star Wars figures, just the ones with lightsabers, and when you put them on the base, the lightsaber lights up. Shut up and take my money.
But they're exactly like, this is just for collectors.
Yeah, and they come out and say that. They're like, and that's the other thing. I know that sounds ridiculous, but D23 is for collector. It is a collector show. These people, you don't want to mess with Disneyland collectors, man. It is.
I noticed when I was there.
It is a multi-million-dollar industry.
Freaks only.
Yeah, and speaking of, there's a great guy named Evilos who makes custom Infinity figures.
Whoa.
He was showing off a Red Hulk that he made.
Dude,
and,
cool.
It's just an awesome paint job. He took Syndrome from Incredibles. Mm-hmm. Is that the bad guy? Mm-hmm. And turned him into Vignacchi.
Oh no way!
Instead of having orange hair, he had the black hair. So there it is. There's D23. I mentioned the Toy Box Summit a little bit. They showed off a lot of cool stuff in the Toy Box. The Path Creator is the greatest thing ever. You can take anything, a camera, a car, a building, and move it. Mm-hmm. So you can make all sorts of just really crazy things happen.
They talked about that character from The Last Dinosaur. Is that what it's called?
Oh yeah, so we have a few new characters. We had what is his name? I want to say Scout, but I don't think it's Scout.
Skips, Spot.
Where did I put my phone in? Oh, grab my phone. I tweeted everything out, so I should probably go back through my tweets and see if I missed anything.
Yeah, you're tweeting like a madman.
Yeah, it's funny. I don't usually do that. I don't usually live tweet a lot of things, but I was going nuts.
Dude, this Chewie figure is incredible.
Chewie's pretty great. I love how pissed Chewie is.
Yeah, he should be pissed.
I love Chewie's combat ready, because you look at Leia. Leia's kind of pensive. You look at Luke, he's combat ready. He's clearly about to fight somebody, but he's focused.
Yeah.
Whereas and Han's just he's got his gun out, but they showed off the Force Awakens characters, Finn and the.
Yeah, I forgot her name, but they came out and everything, gave their characters away.
Abysmal with names.
I was hoping you were gonna bolt it up there when they were walking on the aisles to give them out.
Spot is the guy from The Good Dinosaur. Looks like a little caveman character. And they announced, what are their names? Judy and Nick from Zootopia, which we haven't seen. Which, I mean, it's the kind of thing where, I felt the same way about Fear. When they first announced, hey, Inside Out characters, I was like, okay,
cool.
I haven't seen the movie. It could be real bad. There are Pixar films that I am not a fan of, so it's you don't know.
Wait, is that a Pixar film?
Well, I mean, just animated, CG animated films from, I think it's...
could really go for
yeah, it is Pixar. Yeah, no, that's totally Pixar.
Could really go for another hand-drawn Disney movie.
But and then I saw Inside Out, and it's one of the best animated movies I've seen in a long time. It's really, really good. So I was way down. So Zootopia could be all right, I'll just throw that in there, or that movie could turn out really cool.
Do you want to talk about what else we saw there? All of D23.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'm actually we've been kind of ignoring chat, so I'm just curious if there's if there's specific. I mean, label us if there's a very specific question that you guys want to know. So yeah, I guess we can spit stuff out about theme parks and stuff like that. But I just want to make sure to stay focused on chat.
Listen to this name, James Cameron.
Yeah, bro. James Cameron was there. Stan Lee was
Saw
there.
James Cameron in real life.
Ford
Solo.
was there.
Oh, I didn't see Harrison Ford, dude.
Harrison Ford was at the Star Wars thing. They like booted Harrison Ford off stage because they were like everything ran long. Like so many of the panels.
Oh my
ran
god,
long.
was he just rambling?
And so they just no. I mean,
Okay.
like he was just in one of the panels. That
Oh,
they
okay.
had to, like, okay, get out of here. From all characters that Disney owns, the toy box on the artist picks Peter Pan. Not great, but I guess he
Dude,
wouldn't
Peter
have made it
Pan
otherwise.
is top
Peter
tier.
Pan is built for infinity.
He is top tier.
I mean, we got Tink, so it's like a bummer that.
Yeah, what?
I mean, we got Tink. I mean, no, but Tink's like huge with the.
Yeah.
Like, she's got her like movie series now and like shows and stuff. Not a question, just pissed about Forever exclusive.
I don't think you
wait
need
for the lightsaber. No,
No.
For
Same base.
Yeah, it's all about that base. Yeah, movie stuff was cool.
I didn't see any
I
of
think
that.
we got like new screenshots and stuff. They had all the costumes there, which is like you know
Cool.
standing like right next to. I mean, they had that at the Star Wars celebration
Mm-hmm.
earlier, actually but also at the Anaheim Convention Center at the same place. It was just so awesome, just standing like right in front of. Totally forgetting the name. I want to call her Quiet, but that's from MGS5. But the
Stormtrooper?
Brian of Tarth, the character.
Yeah, the
she's playing, I can't
Stormtrooper,
remember
right?
her name. It's like X or something.
X.
Just her suit, just staring at that. Jones, someone linked this earlier. Vignacchi confirmed Pan for 3.0. 3.0, not 4. Oh, 3.0. Okay, sorry. I missed you bringing that up. Sorry. Did you do an impression of Stan Lee to Stan Lee? No, I did meet Stan Lee a long time ago, but I didn't go to any of the panels. Did you do?
I
you said
did
you
the
theme
parks.
parks.
Yeah, I just.
So talk about.
kinda got
I'll
in.
check chat. Talk about theme parks, man.
So
Theme parks.
the theme parks one, I just kind of snuck my way into. I just was like, oh, I'll just try and see if I can get into it, and they just let me in.
Nice.
But let's see. They started off talking about Disneyland. They were talking about this new Star Wars themed area they're gonna do. It's like a whole new planet that we've never seen before. It kind of like, reminded me of like I don't know if you ever seen Outlaw Star, but it's like or like where all the scum lords hang out in Star Wars universes. And they were talking about like how everything is gonna have context somehow. I've noticed that with a lot of Disney stuff, they're trying to make everything kind of seem like it fits into what they're talking about some way. But I forgot exactly what rides we're gonna have there or anything like that. We don't know where it's gonna be. Disneyland's very
They're buying
it.
Disney's buying up a lot of property around in Anaheim right now, so we don't really know. Like, there's rumors they're gonna like knock this down. They're gonna like knock out, Toontown, or they're gonna knock out the parking lot and put it there.
Would you
or
miss
move some stuff
Toontown?
around. Oh, totally, man. I was talking to Kyle about this. There's just some things inherently like Toontown's still a little janky. Like it's not, they need to repaint it a lot more often than they do.
Toontown is cool, but the only thing I go in there is Roger Rabbit's ride. That's
right.
about it.
Yeah, Roger Rabbit's pretty sweet. You can also meet Mickey there anytime. So it's like it is the
That
one,
is cool. That's
it is the
for
one
the-
place in
for
the
the
park.
kiddies, yeah.
If you have a kid, you can take them.
Yeah,
and Mickey's
that's true.
there.
Going through their
Unless,
houses is cool, and Goofy's bounce house as a kid was awesome.
That's funny. You jumped in there as a kid.
Yeah, I was a kid.
I was not a kid
Yes,
when
I'm
that
younger
came
than
out.
you.
I could not go in there. They let me in.
But then, let's see, they talked about the Avatar world. They were
Right.
very heavily influencing, like, this is a whole world.
PS4 bundles Luke, Leia, and Episode 1 through 3 people, right? Yeah, I think so. I'm not actually sure what's in that bundle.
The Disney Infinity
I know.
one.
I know Boba Fett's in it, but specifically, Tarzan was a bad film. Shots fired. Use your insider influence to make Davy Crockett happen. Davy Crockett would be a badass Infinity figure.
That would be. I was hoping for Indiana Jones one.
So we're getting Star Wars stuff in Anaheim and Florida.
Mm-hmm.
So they're both getting stuff. There's another thing that they're getting in Florida. What's like the
Dude, Toy Story Land.
Toy Story Land?
Oh, I was
Which
so
is pretty,
jealous
which
of
is
that.
pretty badass. Bugs Life Land is great at Anaheim because they do a lot of fun tricks with like making you feel small. So if you could go into like Andy's room,
That's
if
what
you
they're talking
if they
about.
actually, like,
You're
built
going to
that,
be like toy size for everything, which sounds super cool.
That's rad.
Like, I have not been to this Cars Land. I haven't been to California Ranch in years, but I was like, Cars Land? Come on, man. And they get Toy Story? Not happy about
But
that.
did you go to Cars Land?
No, I haven't been there yet. But like Cars,
You were just right there.
What? I'm not gonna just fork over $80 real quick just to walk into
Yeah, check
Cars
it out.
Land.
It must be nice. It's great. It's really cool, and it's like what you talk about with context. It's like Cars is not one of my favorite Disney films of all time, but like what they built is crazy. Like it is just all inclusive. Everything ties into the same theme. And another point of context, my favorite news that I heard about Shanghai, even though there are things I despise about the Johnny Depp Pirates of the Caribbean movies, is that there's going to be a land like there's Adventureland, and then they don't have a Frontierland. Frontierland is like Pirate Land.
Oh my god,
like it's
so
literally
cool.
like they totally separated pirates from like all. So they don't have like New Orleans Square. It's literally like a giant like lagoon, and everything around it is all pirate
so
stuff.
Cool.
So again, context. It's like everything in there ties into the same narrative.
They're Disney,
and it's just cool to see them do it on that scale. It's like Disney World. So you go to Disney World, and the scale of that effing thing just bowls you over. Like just the size of all of the cogs that have to pull that thing
What's
off.
killing me about Disney is they're now making you. They're only putting specific things in certain parks around the world. So if you want to see everything, you have to go to every park around the world. Like Tokyo's getting that Alice in Wonderland one. That looks awesome.
Right? Yeah. No.
Come on, man, dude, you're killing me.
They have another thing in Shanghai that sounds really cool. It's a water ride, but it's not like a splash water in your face ride. It's kind of like if you guys have ever been on the Storybook tour.
Storybook Land, right?
Storybook. Yeah. I don't know the second word. I know the first word, Storybook, but it's right next to it's the if you guys have Infinity, it's where Monstro comes from. When you have like that mouth of Monstro.
It's so cool.
But it's really tiny. It's like little models of things.
Yeah,
and
you go
on a little boat tour, and it's not that long, but it's fun to do like once or twice a year.
It's cool, man.
But they're doing a new one that's like in the same vein, and that it's a boat ride, but they specifically take moments from movies that are water themed. I mean, there's a couple like exceptions, but like so one is Mickey on top of like in Sorcerer's Apprentice, where he actually has like all of the broomsticks like going up the staircase and all dumping water. So it's just this giant like fountain piece. So you just go on this little boat ride and go on to like all these vignettes from different Disney movies, all done up in big fountains. I'm like, that sounds cool.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
I'm way down for that. Got to go all the way to Shanghai to see it. And I think it goes under the castle. It's a ride that actually goes like underneath the castle. Castle looks sick. So yeah, really, Brandon. Even the first Pirates of the Caribbean. What is it specifically you hate about them? Yeah, not to get on a hate thing. I hate that. Yeah, I hate it's not based on like literally nothing Disney did. Like it was like I like the new characters that they wrote for it, but it was like so heavily focused on all of these brand new characters when like Disney actually based Pirates of the Caribbean off of real pirates. Like he actually like named the pirates that were on the ride. Like the ride itself had built up a mythos already that like they were just like, nope, Johnny Depp, nope, like all this new stuff.
They had Blackbeard.
And then Johnny Depp comes in and just takes over the ride, and I was like, I was a little bitter. Like it was a bummer.
I wish they didn't change the ride. I wish it was the original.
The movie became the ride instead of the opposite. That like they didn't kind of take the opportunity to introduce people to a lot of interesting things about Walt building that ride. And the reason I'm sour about it, if they went back and changed like, Matterhorn or whatever, like anything that Disney had worked on at any stage in his career, whatever. If you want to like remake Snow White or do Once Upon a Time and take the story in many weird places you want to, okay. Disney died before Pirates came out. Like Pirates was like Pirates and Disney World were the two projects that he was working on. I have a photograph that was taken the year he died. It's like him looking at all of the masks. It's funny because his face is up there with all the masks from like all the different, and it's fun to like look at the picture and try to figure out like, oh, I know that pirate, I know that pirate. So the fact that you take like the last thing that he did when he died and just kind of like just wipe the slate clean, or don't really like get into having characters come up and having like moments, and there's just parts of the Pirates movies that are just stupid. I mean, they're just like they're just dumb. I mean, it's just a dumb story.
Well, they do the whole kind of like they pay tributes with like the skeleton
when Keira Knightley became like the pirate king, I was like, oh god. The Last Pirates, ironically, my favorite. The Last Pirates is actually pretty cool. There was a really awesome subplot with like a new character and a mermaid. It was rad. It was actually really fascinating and kind of dark and worth it. And they're making another one. I'm down. I'll go see it. It's like
why not?
Again, you can't again. There's so much Disney. It's like that's the thing. It's like a lot of these panels. I know I'm going to get that information eventually, so like I don't necessarily need to be there when it happens. But when it comes to Infinity, I need to be. I need to be there. You gotta be there. It's like
you gotta be there.
So apologies to
one more thing they
announced. Lost respect, Jones.
One more thing they announced was the Iron Man experience. I don't even know what the hell it's called at Shanghai.
Right.
It looked like Star Tours Iron Man. I gotta be honest, I was checked out. I didn't care. I was just like,
it does take me a lot. It does take a lot for me to get excited about those kind of movie rides now.
Yeah.
Because like it's not. I mean, there's a lot of cool innovations that they're doing, but I mean, it's all Universal is doing. Like, anytime we get a new ride at Universal Studios, they never build anything. It's all just like, we'll put a screen up there and then you're done. It saves real estate. We don't actually have to like create these things. That's what's so badass about Disneyland is like you get in the Mark Twain and you go through an Indian village. Like it's so immersive. Like all of the rides, like going on Splash Mountain, going on Jungle Cruise.
Yeah.
Like I'll go on like Jungle Cruise at midnight is just like the greatest thing. Like right in the middle of the night and it's like nice and cool. And they light everything up. So yeah, that immersiveness I think is lost on those video rides.
Sure, yeah.
They need to release a Civil War trailer. Yeah, I thought we were gonna get a lot more trailers. I was convinced we were getting a Star Wars trailer.
Holding it out,
such a bummer, man.
Holding it out.
Just because I don't know, it'll be random if you just like wake up one morning, boom, new Star Wars trailer. Like I wonder why. I don't understand what the win is there. Like why they would do that.
I don't know.
Would they ever commission a special Walter figure for D23 price? Yeah, no, I mean Walt. I'm imagining. Is there? I'm trying to think of characters named Walter. There's got to be a Walter in some Disney film somewhere.
They have that. Speaking of Walt, that Walt statue with Mickey.
Oh yeah, in every Disney Infinity they had a Magic Band thing, and if you guys know Magic Bands, we need these in Anaheim so bad. They're the coolest things. You basically, if you have a Disney account, you can sign up your Disney account and you go to the park only in Florida and you get these Magic Bands, and it's your Fast Pass, your ticket to the park, a credit card. It's literally it's like all you need in the park. Like you don't need to bring your wallet. You literally just go and boop, and so like. I've absolutely fell in love with those. Of course, they have like skins for them. Like you went to the store and it was like, you want a Yoda skin for your? That was like, oh my god, should have to take my money. So I really want those in Anaheim. And so, if you have that band in 1.0, if you put it on the base, you would unlock a dragon. You'd unlock this thing that when you put it into the environment. It also unlocked a skin where there would be just like a fire-breathing dragon flying around in the background.
Whoa.
I don't know if that was from something or if that was like specifically a Florida-ish thing. And then, can I manually switch my lightsabers infinity on and off when you just go into combat? And like sometimes there are idle animations. The characters will like do a thing. Like Luke will like act like he's training and stuff. Oh my god, tangent. What was I talking about?
The bands.
So if you 2.0, if you put the band on, you got Small World. You got the front of It's a Small World, the clock and and everything.
Love that.
And in 3.0, the unlock is the statue of, I think they call it the partner statue or something. It's Walt and Mickey, where Walt's like pointing out. It's the middle of Main Street, basically.
Marvel playset? Have we missed talking about Marvel playset?
How have you missed talking about Marvel playset? That is a good question, Seraphim. See, Seraphim's on point, man.
Oh yeah.
I do. You're like getting more into Infinity. I'm pretty into the game. We're pale in comparison.
Seraphim is, yeah.
The Magic Bands work in Infinity, on the base. Yeah, again, must be nice. But again, you go to Florida, you get it's like it's all bonus. Like it's all like none of it's gonna like prohibit you from like beating the game.
Yeah.
Marvel playset. They didn't show gameplay from it. They showed a little more gameplay of Hulkbuster and of Ultron, which we've seen. I mean, I can talk all about that because I played as those characters.
Yeah.
But they announced the name of the playset's gonna be called Marvel Battlegrounds.
Battlegrounds, yeah.
And it's going to be 4-player co-op, which they've never done before for playsets.
That was interesting.
Any Marvel character that they've created, including ones in 2.0 and 3.0, all work in it.
Yeah.
And the name Battlegrounds has me wondering, what, is it like isometric fighting game? Is it like Smash Brothers with like Marvel characters? Like, what, are there going to be different modes where it's just, it fascinates me the concept of, because you have combat was one of the huge advancements in 2.0. That you make a PvP centric multiplayer playset.
Now you're talking my language.
That's really interesting, and I think it's something that we're seeing a lot with 3.0. Them kind of growing up and trying new things with the playsets. Case in point, Inside Out, the fact that it's like a total platforming thing. It's very, very. It's kind of like Little Big Planet-esque.
Yeah.
Very different from other stuff that they've done. Which I think is smart, that they're like, oh, we'll make an open world thing, and it's like, no, let's make it its own. Let's make it different. Let's make it so you're not just constantly replaying the same type of content over and over again. So Battleground seems like the same thing. It seems like it's going to be very different from the playsets that they've done.
Someone asked if we physically went to D23.
Yes,
we did. Physically. We were in the building.
Yeah, we went there. I was cutting the countdown on Friday, Top 10 Sewers, don't miss it. I actually got to post that. I don't think it's on YouTube yet, actually, I was there yesterday, and I was there today. And we gotta wait 2 more years. It's Infinity 4.0. Infinity 5.0. It's gonna be the next. Last time we had D23 was 1.0 launched. And I remember that's when I met the team. That's when I met Vignacchi and I met Blackburn and met Andrea Renee actually.
Yeah, really? Okay.
Yeah, I met John Drake for the first time. Like met a lot of people. I think I might have bumped into John at like Harmonix events earlier, but finally met all those cool Disney Infinity people. And I remember at the time they were like, fingers crossed. And they're still like that, man. I actually got pissed at the Infinity people because they were just like, 3.0, we really hope. It's like, are you nuts?
You're gonna make so much money. You're gonna be swimming in cash.
Are you nuts?
Look at that.
It's like,
look at that.
Who the just give me Yoda. Just grab. Come on,
Look
people.
This.
Come on, people. Like people are gonna buy that. I don't care about Infinity. You said 4.0 is likely when you're gonna. buy it. It's like. If they do, because they're supporting Marvel again this year, so if they do that again with 4.0, if they're like, we're going to do Muppets and more Marvel, and more Star Wars, and more Disney, all that 4 stuff.
Oh my gosh.
That's what's really great about, we didn't talk about the Speedway and stuff. I thought John said no more major version releases, just updates from 3.0 on. One last word, good question. I have yet to get Vignacchi to confirm that. Maybe he just hasn't. I don't know why he's being coy about it, or maybe I'm asking the wrong questions, but people have been rumoring that there actually won't be a 4.0. There's just going to be more stuff.
That seems.
But think about it. You gotta rebuy the base every time, and you gotta there's the starter pack. I think it literally just completely takes all the starter pack mentality out of it. We're just gonna add more stuff, and we're just gonna update this game. So you don't need another disc. We're just gonna give you more stuff. You just download more stuff.
If you're coming into it fresh, you think you'll just buy the base separate and whatever.
Yeah. It's again options, which is it's kind of like what they're doing with the Speedway and the Takeover. A lot of people are complaining that those are $20. They're separate. They're on disc, and you got to pay to access them. But it's you could either do that, or you could have Infinity 3.0 cost $100. And it comes with those things. So they're giving you the option to get the cheaper version if you don't want it. And then if you want that extra stuff, and it's worth it. Both of those things are worth $20. They're really great. My favorite thing about Speedway is it uses every car. So if you've really invested in, you got all the power discs. That's an awesome racing game. That's more, the Sonic and Racing All-Star, Sonic All-Star Racing Transformed.
Sure.
They're the guys who made that studio Gobo, I think.
Gobo?
Maybe. That was them.
No, I was just thinking Gobo because it's a really funny name to me.
But the guys that made that made the Speedway, and that's certainly more cars than are available in the old game. And I understand you got to pay for that. None of those cars are free. But if you did make that investment purely just for the toy box, here's this whole extra thing that just oh sweet, rewards you. Again, I like it when they reward their fan base, but at the same time, I understand people being pissed.
It's a lot of money.
That's being a Disney fan. It's just getting all your wishes come true and getting your emotions completely destroyed at the same time. For Muppet figures, what would you want to see the whole Muppets or only the top half so you don't see their legs? Well, no, we've seen their legs a lot.
Yeah.
In Muppets Take Manhattan, you saw them all riding bikes. We've definitely seen that.
Which is bizarre.
Is Darkwing Duck in Infinity?
Not yet.
Yeah, I would be very surprised if we don't get Darkwing in 3.0
or 4.0. Didn't he win the contest?
I came neck and neck. I don't think they've announced.
Oh, what it was?
The winner? I don't know. I think the Mabel, I think is her name, from Gravity Falls. I think.
What the hell's Gravity Falls?
It's a show on Disney XD.
What?
Exactly, bro. There's a track in the Speedway that's in Gravity Falls. It's not, what's this Kingdom Hearts thing, man? I don't want Kingdom Hearts. Yeah. Give me that. They got to please. I mean, it's the fans. It's not. It wasn't their decision. They left it up to the fans. And the fans were they are obsessed, which kind of shows you where the core market of that game. At least the ones that have a social awareness.
Yeah.
I thought they said the main game is free to download just as long as you get the base and figures. I know the game is digital. I know you can get the game digitally. I don't know about all the sales stuff. Gravity Falls is amazing. See, Seraphim,
who said that?
Seraphim can't be wrong.
Okay, but then RHD said
Where's
that.
my Roger Rabbit figure? Yeah, we need a Roger Rabbit
figure. Where
is
my Mr. Toad figure and my DuckTales?
That was the thing about the new Muppets, but some fans aren't into seeing their legs. It's just weird, man. It's more clever when it's wasted up. Yeah, I don't think so.
Baloo the Bear.
I don't think because you got to keep in mind they aren't the Muppets. They're the toys of the Muppets.
Right. That's
so
true.
it would be a toy of and all the toys that they release of Kermit.
Yeah.
Or Miss Piggy or whatever. Are either of y'all super secret Treasure Planet fans like me and would love to see that represented? There is a disc that's his hoverboard.
Oh,
I think that was in 1.0.
Never seen it.
Had the main character who I can't remember. Well, I mean it's from Treasure Island. It's that character. I think it's the same character's name. But what are Infinity figures you really want to see, Brandon? Peter Pan, I win.
Mm-hmm.
I win.
What a great one.
Peter Pan. Somebody brought up Roger Rabbit. I think that's a really good call. I mean, not only Peter Pan, I want a Neverland playset, man.
Yeah, when they showed that picture, I was
No,
like,
no, duh, man. I mean, wouldn't that be the greatest playset ever?
Oh my god, yeah.
Considering every playset's like open world, location based, quest givers, all of that
Rock,
stuff. You know,
the Indian Village. Oh
it's,
man,
yeah,
so good.
It writes itself. Sam the Eagle hype. Dark Crystal. Does Disney own?
Yeah, they own that.
Yeah, they own Henson, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
What about
Dark Crystal.
I wonder if they would do that.
We're supposed to get a Dark Crystal sequel, and then that never happened. Belle and Beast, Rocketeer. Oh
would
man.
be fun.
Oh my god. These are great suggestions, guys. Peter Pan has to take flight. You can fly. This is true. Dark Crystal with Fizzwig. I thought it was Fizzgig. Brandon, is the old Star Wars game for PS4 going to be able for download without buying the new PS4? I think so.
Yeah.
Because they're starting to have.
I think you just get
classic games.
those just for free.
I think they're just bundled in, and there might be a timed exclusivity to that.
Yeah.
There might be like a couple weeks or a month or something like that. Treasure Island, I think you mean Treasure Planet. Yeah, what I was saying was Treasure Planet is based on Treasure Island.
Yeah.
And I was trying to remember the name of the main character, and I'm like, oh, it's probably the name of the main character from Treasure Island.
Muppet Treasure.
Which company
Island.
would you guys love to see Disney buy next? DC, and then we'd be done. Then we have
Whoa.
everything. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah,
because that's not gonna happen.
That would be insane.
Who should they buy?
What if Disney bought Nintendo?
Ooh. Well. Ooh. That'd be crazy. That'd be interesting. That's actually very interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't have lots of educated things to say about that because I've never thought about that.
Yeah, but your mind starts running wild when you're just thinking about it.
Yeah, Amiibo production would halt. Literally, the factories would like, you know, get these out of here. DuckTales is a must. Yeah,
yeah, absolutely.
I was actually talking with guys that were there. SpongeBob, Avatar, Korra. I actually told a friend of mine. I was like, "Hey, news from D23, Avatar Land," and he lost his mind because he thought I was talking about the Nickelodeon show. And I'm like, no. Like,
was it Damiani?
No, it was a friend. The guy actually co-wrote the Final Fantasy retrospective with me.
Oh, cool.
Who's just like a massive. He's actually doing a tabletop campaign right now in the world of Avatar.
Whoa, gnarly.
Disney will buy Square Enix. Who knows?
Maybe they
Disney
could.
buys Konami. Turns the whole thing around.
Dude, if they did, I'd
Disney
be so happy.
Disney buys Konami.
The Disney
re-releases PT. Like
Disney making PT would be the funniest
think about what they're doing with
thing.
Star Wars. Like Star Wars is
true.
getting so much love, and whether you're excited about Episode 7 or whether you think the playsets look cool in Infinity, like they're doing a lot.
Yeah.
Like they did that mobile montage that they did. Like how many effing Marvel and Star Wars games were there in there? Legit Star Wars games. There's a Clash of Clans kind of Star Wars game that's really great. There's a tower defense Star Wars game called Star Wars Commander, I think. That's pretty badass. There was another crazy Star Wars game that I never even heard of before that was in the montage. Imagine if Nintendo actually made a game for Amiibo akin to Disney Infinity, and then made them actually worth. I mean, that's what I need to do. Yeah, that's like the major difference.
I'm surprised they haven't yet.
And the one thing, I mean, getting back to Infinity, the one thing that does irk me a little bit is the light up. The light up thing is a little weird because it's delving with the lightsabers with the figures, because it's delving into like what I don't want them to do, which is just like constantly repurposing things. It's like when people got pissed about the exclusivity of the symbiote Spider-Man with the Vita.
Okay.
It's just like it makes the figures less special. I think
the normal ones.
Yeah. So, but that's just
Brandon.
me. That's me getting.
People are gonna buy them. You're
No,
gonna buy
no.
them.
No. Again, like it's the fan side, not the logical business side.
Yeah, sure.
Which you got to take them both at the same time. Talk about Rogue One and the 7 poster and stuff. Oh yeah, the new Star Wars Episode 7
did
posters.
Did they just show that poster? I saw.
They have a couple of them. There's one with Han on it that looks badass.
Whoa, with Rogue One?
Yeah. No, not with Rogue One.
Episode 7. Okay, I was like, what?
And they showed a couple stills or something. I got to get caught up. Yeah, they showed some stuff from Rogue One, which looks rad.
I just saw that poster, whatever the screenshot of it.
There's lots to talk about. I think we're gonna push in time. I think I gotta hop and skip out of here. What was your favorite thing? I mean, Infinity destroyed everybody. Infinity
they crushed everybody.
They crushed Kingdom Hearts. They crushed Battlefront.
They had
Not
the
that
most to
Infinity's
show.
gonna be better than either of those games.
Yeah, they just had the most to
showed
show.
up there.
Yeah, they showed
saved
so
it for the
much.
end. Like it was clearly like the thing everybody was gonna be excited about. But I mean, yeah, games related and non-games related. Like what was like the big. Not a bunch of takeaways, but like specifically about
obviously
one
being
awesome things.
Huge Kingdom Hearts fan, just getting announced in New World's always really exciting me, so I was super hyped about that. But like, did you see that exhibit of like the Disneyland exhibit they had there? You can like go in and it's like all like the rides and everything like that. They talk about it. That was my favorite thing I saw in the actual expo.
I would say theme parks for me was the big thing, and Infinity obviously because I'm a big stupid dork. Thank you, Brad, for enduring.
Top 10 series.
Top
Oh
10
boy.
series. I just want to see if there's any last questions. I'm worried. Try please. Okay. Disney will buy Sony if it were for antitrust laws. Yeah, Disney and Sony are doing a lot of stuff together right now.
They're greasing palms together.
Yeah, and if you guys, want to talk more Infinity, I'll be on Tuesday.
Tuesday, you
Tuesday
should
morning.
bust this thing out. Will it work?
Well, I can't. No, it's not gonna work.
What?
In 2.0? What are you talking about?
Come
It'll
on.
work on.
Come on, Disney.
It's for his figure, and his figure's not gonna work.
Whatever, man.
I love that
It's
screen.
exclusive.
You put it on, and the game's like, yeah, nice try.
Come on, man. Come on.
Exclusive, but we should probably be getting this game in like a week and a half, 2 weeks. So,
10.0 game trailers first 10.
it's no, it's not. Because on it, like, not to like tip my hand before, but I mean to say like one of the only negative things about Infinity, this game's super expensive, and I think
Oh my
that's
gosh.
like really when I
Hey,
review games, value is something that really is important to me, and so it's top. I gave 1.0 and 8.6. I gave 2.0 and 8.0 because I didn't think the value was there.
Oh, okay.
Compared to
Okay.
compared to that one, and I'm a little nervous about this one because the speedway's separate. There's only 3 figures in the starter pack instead of 3. There's a lot of weird kind of corners they're cutting. Yes, to give the consumers more choice, but at the end of the day, there's a lot of crap you got to buy. Hearthstone X Pack Tuesday, get hyped. Yeah, there's lots of stuff. What if Disney bought game trailers? That would be the best day of my life.
Yes, Disney, please.
I'm gonna think about that for the rest of the day. Thank you very much.
Disney, please buy us.
Mr. Brad Ellis, where can people follow you if they want more Disney craziness?
I am at Brad Ellis 87.
I'm at Game Trailers VO. If you want to follow us and chat about more Disney stuff, you can see pictures that I took from the show. I have so many of these 3.0 figures now. I'm pumped. So yeah,
You need more shelf. You need more shelf
I do.
space.
I do. The table that I use for Toy Box Tuesday is not going to cut it anymore. So yeah, looking forward to more Disney stuff. Battlefront's coming soon.
Yes.
Kingdom Hearts, still no release date.
Someday.
But at least Infinity and Battlefront we're getting this year.
Yeah.
We will be back Monday,
Tomorrow.
which is tomorrow. We will be back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Still in this room. We're going to be getting a new stage next week. We're going to be on that hopefully Tuesday, possibly Wednesday. Thank you guys for watching on a Sunday. Sorry, some of you guys couldn't make it to D23. But
Yeah.
thank you for staying, hanging around and watching this jabber.
Yeah,
about it.
dude,
And
totally.
thank you for attending.
Oh, and thanks for letting
Twist
me
your arm,
come.
man.
It was awesome.
Thanks for driving all the way down to Anaheim and checking it out.
Oh, yeah.
See you guys tomorrow.
Bye, guys. Eddie and Eddie.
You just
Tomorrow.
Just put that
Oh, yeah.
one more time.
Must be nice. Must be nice.